Hello everyone. Today we should talk about the first chapter of the business studies curriculum, which is the business enterprise. Now, what is a business really? By definition, a business is an organization or enterprising entity engaged in commercial, industrial, or professional activity. The term business may also refer to organized efforts and activities of individuals to produce and sell goods and services for a profit. Now, a business could be of different sizes and different structures. We could have a primary business that works to produce natural resources such as wood as raw material to a secondary business that works to convert that same wood into furniture. And then we may have tertiary businesses that provide services such as transportation, schools, medical facilities, financial institutions that give financial advice, restaurants, hotels, the hospitality sector, or even technological companies. More recently, however, IT and technology are now a part of a newly emerging business economy called quaternary sector, which includes all telecommunication companies, internet service providers, etc., etc. Now people ask, why do businesses exist? Now the answer to that is twofold. Businesses essentially emerge as a result of a need. For example, if people have the need to socialize after work while working out to stay fit, boom, there emerges a need for a dance studio or a fitness club or even a local gym. The second most important aspect of this twofold theory is that businesses not only emerge as a result of a need, but work towards making a profit while meeting the consumer's need to their utmost satisfaction. So no business is in the business of making money alone. Money is an essential but not the end goal of a business. The most important goal is to satisfy a need with a quality product or service offering. Thus, the objectives of the business, and this brings us to our next slide, could be anything from satisfying a need to creating or adding value to increasing market share to achieving market dominance to establishing a brand to improving people's standards of living, or to simply making a profit. Now let's talk about the entrepreneur. Who is this woman, man, or child? Entrepreneurs are individuals who take all the financial risk of initiating and managing a business. They are the innovators, the leaders, the bright-eyed people with visions of their own. They reflect and uphold the company's values and principles. They give direction and take risks. And these qualifying traits are what makes them successful. People like Akio Morita of Sony, or Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, Shahid Khan of Flexengate, are all entrepreneurs and successful entrepreneurs in their own right. So, what does a business need to grow? Now, assuming we are talking about a brick and mortar company, the most important thing it needs is space, and thus land to set up offices and its various functions like manufacturing, human resource, finance, marketing, procurement, distribution, etc. And to fill in those offices are required people. People are the backbone of any business. People in the form of employees, skilled and unskilled, managers, factory workers, supervisors. Businesses also need capital to purchase raw material, machinery, to pay the salaries, and to invest in technology. Businesses need rules to govern them. They need the support of government entities that facilitate them. Now, people incur opportunity costs with every decision that is made in a business. In a business, the opportunity cost could be the next most favorable decision that was given up. For example, if the business chooses to invest in the additional money, supposing it has additional money and it chooses to invest that in additional money in machinery, then its opportunity cost could be the highest salaries that was unable to give its employees that quarter, for instance. There are a zillion decisions to be made in a business, and the opportunity cost will exist as long as the scarcity of resources exists, which is probably forever. Now let's talk about business challenges. Businesses face numerous challenges on a daily basis. They could come from internal sources or they may be external. One of the most important challenges is to identify the right business opportunity, to create a niche, and to position your offering in a way that makes it unique and sellable. Competitors will always be plentiful, but what matters most is your ability to create, innovate, and sustain with a product that speaks for itself and delivers on its brand promise. Another important challenge is to develop a sound customer base where consumers work as ambassadors for your brand. Your product or service should be satisfying to the needs of its users, and it should be relatable to your target audience. Then comes another challenge, the issue of competition. Now, if you have taken care of the first two challenges, then competition is already out of the window. Being a worthy competitor could mean growing the category for all to increase their share, or to position your brand to take a larger slice of the market. If you are a beverage company, for instance, aim not just for the share of wallet, but share of throat and share of your consumers' lifestyles, aspirations, and celebrations. Another thing that every business needs is funding for growth, research, and innovation. If you operate as a socially conscious enterprise, you will invest your earnings in people and technology, both of which shall never fail you. Acquiring funding is also a direct function of your value and reputation in the market. Next, we move on to the external factors that influence a business, what is generally known as political, economic, social, and environmental factors. Political factors could be upheavals in government systems, poor law and order situations, strikes and riots. These will all affect the bottom line of a business. Economic factors, for instance, could be fluctuating interest rates, unstable exchange rates, oil price hikes, falling stock prices, or liquidity crunches in the market. Next, we have the social factors. These could be the social and cultural norms of a country in which you operate. For example, if your product contains beef stock, it will be a failure in the Hindu majority India, where the cow is a sacred animal and is neither consumed nor killed for its meat. Then we have the environmental factors. They play a big role too. Responsible businesses are environmentally conscious. They may implement, say, a zero waste policy, go plastic free, engage in community development programs, carry out philanthropic work like setting up schools and hospitals, or just generally caring about the environment while testing and manufacturing their product. Another very important concept in business enterprise is the creation of value. Without the creation of value, businesses cannot exist. If your product offering doesn't mean something to someone, then the whole point of doing business is defeated. By this I mean that businesses are in the business of meeting a customer need. If you are unable to provide a quality product that meets an existing need, then what are you even doing in the market? Identifying a need, creating a valuable offering, and catering to the right audience is all about creating value. You may also create additional value like pricing competitively, always being present, that is, you are not difficult to find, you're always well stocked in the market, you can be found by your consumer. Your distribution is on point, and your after sales service is effective. Also, getting the right feedback and incorporating changes in your product would add value. Businesses that have a social conscience are what are called social enterprises, meaning that they operate in a socially conscious way, as I explained earlier. They reinvest earnings back into R&D, they have succession planning, they engage in employee welfare programs. They may also carry out scenario building activities like so many MNCs do. Being socially conscious is when you actively think about the environment and the community you live in. And this brings us to the concept of CSR, or corporate social responsibility, where the business is accountable to all its stakeholders, be they suppliers, distributors, customers, employees, or the overall community. All businesses aspire to be just that, where they work on the triple bottom line, which is the right combination of people, planet, and profits. I hope this was helpful. Stay connected, folks. Until next time.